The TVWAN News is proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.
Hello, this is TVWAN News. I'm Jasmine Irjak. Coming up on tonight's news, Hohola Tokarara Road to get a facelift, UOG management applauded for increased enrollment, and grand finals kick off in the first leg of KCK Rigo Rice Cup. Work on the Hohola to Tokarara Road will commence later this month, following the launching yesterday by the NCD Governor, Powes Pakop. The project, valued at over 20 million kina, will restore the functionality and safety of the Kumarere Road, Boragino Road and Dikagari Road. Works on this road is expected to be completed in July this year. The National Capital District Commission launched this project at the Hohola Sports Oval yesterday. This initiative is part of NCD Governor Powes Pakop's broader commitment to modernizing infrastructure, enhancing connectivity across the city. The project, valued at over 20 million kina, see the rehabilitation of the Kumarere Road, Boragaino Road and Dikagari Road. These road links have deteriorated over time, will be rehabilitated under contracts awarded to Garrett Construction Limited, Goodwill Works Limited, and New Guinea Engineering Procurement Services Limited, respectively. Governor Pakop assured Hohola and Tokarara residents of NCDC's commitment to delivering quality infrastructure projects. He said Hohola was one of the first suburbs developed in the city, and it is only fitting to start the project here as a first project for the 50th anniversary year. He acknowledged the challenges faced by the communities due to poor road conditions and apologized for the delays, reaffirming NCDC's dedication to addressing long-standing concerns. He confirmed that while the 2025 budget is yet to be finalized, infrastructure remains a top priority, adding that once approved, further announcements will be made on upcoming projects. Member for Mosby Northwest, Lohia Boy Samuel, also expressed his gratitude to the governor and NCDC for prioritizing the rehabilitation of roads in his electorate. He commended the governor for working with him to develop plans that will bring tangible improvements to his constituents. Transnational crime poses significant challenges to PNG's national security. According to the National Research Institute's issue paper, poor governance, corruption, improved technology, poverty, and geographical location creates an enabling environment for criminals to expand their network. To address these challenges, NRI recommends that the government should invest in capacity building, train law enforcement officers to be more proactive in their approach, recruit experts in the field, provide full resources for law enforcement, establish a laboratory for substance analysis, more awareness, and promote effective collaboration between responsible agencies. Prime Minister James Marape has praised the leadership of the University of Goroka for their remarkable efforts in increasing student enrollment and achieving a record-breaking graduation turnout, despite significant challenges, including the devastating earthquake that destroyed key infrastructure at the university. Speaking at the recent 28th graduation ceremony, Marape acknowledged the resilience and commitment of the university's Vice-Chancellor and Chancellor in adhering to government directives to expand student enrollment.
UOG had significantly increased its graduating class with over 1,009 students graduating recently, the highest in the university's history. The Prime Minister says that this achievement shows that despite the earthquake that destroyed classrooms and students' accommodation, the university leadership has steadily increased enrollment year after year. Marape commended UOG for its unwavering commitment to expanding educational opportunities, noting that the university's administrators have remained focused on growth even in the face of adversity. He said results like these pushes the government to continue supporting public servants and administrators who implement central government policies to deliver tangible outcomes. The Prime Minister further reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting UOG and other educational institutions across the country. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
A women's group in the Mosby South District in the nation's capital, Gorabe Water Lily Women's Association, has received seed capital funding assistance from the office of Mosby South MP Justin Kachenko. The funding support of 40,000 kina is upon the group's request for assistance and to formally establish itself through the purchase of equipment, bulks of materials and other costs captured in its work in the community. The association is an initiative of women of the Kogodala Western Province community in Gorobe. There is an increase of upper respiratory infection at the Metoria Urban Health Center. Infection comes with cough, excess mucus, and a slight increase in high fever. The increase in this infection is attributed to the wet weather that's been experienced in the city recently. Acting Manager and Health Extension Officer of Metoria Urban Health Center, Regina Wuri, shared that the facility has recently seen an increase in upper respiratory infection. According to Cleveland Clinic, an upper respiratory infection affects the nose, throat, or sinuses. Common symptoms include a runny nose, sore throat, cough, and excess mucus. URIs are usually caused by viruses and can be treated with rest, fluids, and over-the-counter pain relievers.
Having more of upper respiratory infections, cough. Just recently we had a little bit of increase in patients presenting with fever, very high fever, most likely a viral infection that is out right now with diarrhea. So
Sister Regina shared that kids have been brought to the health center with diarrhea and dehydration.
they've been rehydrated in our observations room and treated and sent home when they stabilize. So the facility also has a outpatient emergency room as well as procedure room and observation room. So kids come in, the ones that need to be taken care of for a few hours here, we kept them here for those treatments, and once they recover, we send them home in the afternoon. For emergency referral.
This is TVWAN News. We'll have the day's other stories when we return. Stay with us.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase easy pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
The Toyota JD Hiace bus comes in 14 and 15-seater high-roof luxury model powered by 2.8 liters JD engine for optimal performance output, fuel efficiency and quietness, designed with improved safety features and easy maneuverability for tire steering angle. The Hiace lift suspension and annular frame structure is opted for smooth ride, comfort and safety. Experience the ride on the Hiace bus and experience the Hiace pride, the bus that exceeds all expectations.
Right across the nation, we eat snacks crackers. Emi trupla. All get a young planala pun, only like him snacks crackers. Only making here, no P&G, one-time lay biscuit company. It's crunchy and tasty. It's irresistible.
In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 28 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Thanks for staying with us. Turning overseas, the Israeli government has approved the Gaza ceasefire and hostage prisoner exchange deal after a cabinet meeting that lasted more than 6 hours, according to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office. The green light means a 6-week ceasefire between Israel and Hamas can begin on Sunday, with a gradual release of Israeli hostages and Palestinian prisoners in Israeli jails to begin soon after. The approval came shortly after 1 a.m. on Saturday in Jerusalem. This deal does not amount to an end to the war in Gaza, with further negotiations between Israel and Hamas required to enable a lasting peace. The degradation of land and forests around the world means many ecosystems are at severe risk of destruction. In Tasmania, a pioneering experiment is underway to use private money on private property to regenerate an ecologically significant area.
In the middle of Tasmania sits a 5,000-hectare private property. Known as the Coin after these Jurassic-era dolerite cliffs, the varied landscape is home to mobs of forester kangaroos and endangered animals such as the Tasmanian devil. More than a century of sheep grazing has degraded the land. But in 2021, an unlikely buyer moved in who wanted to restore the land, not farm it.
The Coin is a patchwork landscape of areas that are in relatively good condition and then areas that have been quite degraded.
Wedgetail is a private company investing in projects around the world that conserve valuable ecosystems. It's challenging and costly work, made possible by a successful business venture. Lisa Miller is married to billionaire Cameron Adams, one of the co-founders of Canva, an online graphic design tool.
We've been able to take some of that capital and we really wanted to deploy it against our mission, which I mentioned before, around improving outcomes for biodiversity and nature loss in conjunction with climate change.
Wedgetail has partnered with the University of Tasmania to test out new technologies.
So we're heading over to Honeysuckle Homestead, which is my study site for my project.
Alice Robbins is using a drone to map an area on the property.
Here they're doing a bit of work on the creek system behind us, doing some replantings to help increase landscape connectivity. So we're going to map that over the next 2 years and just see what we can pull out of it and hopefully kind of show what you can do with drones to map active land management works.
The university says its role is to provide the supporting science.
But the chance to say, how can you make a difference to a whole landscape, to whole animal populations, that's a fantastic opportunity. And as a university, we're interested in being able to operate at that scale because it's pressingly what the planet needs.
Wedgetail says it won't lock the Coin up away from the public. Bushwalks, educational opportunities and on-site accommodation are all in the works so people can interact with the environment.
The rising cost of living has forced many couples to scale down their wedding celebrations, but others are choosing to buck the trend and pay the inflated price for their special day. For these newlyweds, it's an opportunity to honor their heritage and religion.
Across Queensland, Praise and Aaron tied the knot last year, but unlike some others, they did it twice.
In our Zimbabwean culture, we have our cultural wedding side, and then if you're also Christian, you do your white wedding side.
Planning 2 ceremonies wasn't easy, especially when all of the costs started to add up.
1 week or 2 weeks before the wedding, I had a massive breakdown. We both did, and we're like, whoa, how are we gonna do this?
Before they got legally married in Hamilton, Brisbane, Aaron travelled to Sydney as part of their traditional ceremony. There, he took part in an intimate gifting practice with Praise's family.
The first wedding is the dowry. We call it Rora and Shona. So my older brother's going through it, and that was part of the proceedings as well. So I had a really good understanding of what it entails.
Pastor Gwaze helped negotiate their traditional union, a role he's taken up for other couples.
I won't take away from the fact that it does bring in a bit of pressure, but if you come in with the understanding of why you're doing it, it gives the whole thing a new perspective, a better understanding of why it has to be done.
Despite the added costs and stress, the newlyweds wouldn't have it any other way.
It's beautiful, it's culture, yeah.
It's part of our identity.
Yeah, it's part of who we are, for sure.
Allowing both of their identities to be celebrated.
One of Thailand's tourist hotspots is battling a waste management crisis. While Phuket has benefited from the post-pandemic tourism boom, locals have been left struggling to find a solution to mounting garbage.
On the picturesque island of Phuket, tourists flock to the turquoise waters and vibrant nightlife. But away from the hotels and beaches, a massive landfill on the east coast of the island is overflowing, a symbol of the rapid growth in tourism since the end of the pandemic.
The growth of the city has been much more rapid than it should be. Therefore, it could mean a crisis in terms of waste management within Phuket province, which the municipality must accommodate.
Locals are copping the brunt of the problem, with the odour from the garbage affecting quality of life for people living near the landfill.
There is no life outside the house. We just stay at home. Sometimes at home you have to wear a mask because of the smell from the nearby landfill. When the smell is very strong, you have to wear a mask and turn on the air conditioner and air purifier all the time.
Of the 35 million foreign arrivals to Thailand in 2024, about 13 million headed to Phuket. Authorities say they want to cut waste generation, expand the landfill, and build a new incinerator. But experts say increasing landfill capacity is only part of the solution to make tourism more sustainable in Phuket.
I think that it's good that they don't forget the part that they need to also focus on waste reduction, waste separation. Because if we just keep expanding more waste incinerator, I don't think that would be just the solution. Because at the end of the day, you have, access, and you would end up using these kind of preset landfill.
As the stench wreaks havoc on locals, tourists could soon start to notice something doesn't smell right.
And that ends our news segment. I'll be back with the sports news after the break. Stay tuned.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSB Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSB branch today to register now for BSB Mobile Banking. BSB Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSB, our bank, our people.
In its first 10 years, the PNG LNG project has had a long-lasting impact, contributing more than 28 billion kina to the state of Papua New Guinea. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC. while development levy and royalties are paid to DPE. For more information on direct and indirect benefits, visit PNG EITI's website.
Hey, do you know that Cellmoney gives you twice the Digicel credits you recharge when you top up your phone with Cellmoney?
Yes, I have the good news. So now I put 3 kina in my phone. I receive 6 kina credit.
Well, that's why now I like to top up 5 kina because I receive 10 kina. And then I use my credits to call, send text, or get data.
Let's go to a Digicel store or Cellmoney agent today. Deposit money in your Cellmoney wallet to top up and receive the double credit.
Dial *888# to do it all with Cellmoney.
Cellmoney, do it all with Cellmoney.
The greatest game of all is back.
Oh my goodness!
The glory.
He's gonna score!
And passion. Wow! A season that changes everything. Start your engines.
Get your seatbelts on.
For the ultimate talk show.
This thing rips!
All Girls Garage starts Monday 8:30 on Turbo.
Truly phenomenal.
For a second successive year, she is at the top of the game for a reason.
Thanks for staying with us. In sports, the first leg of KCK Rigo Cup Grand Final is set for tomorrow at the home of Rugby Bava Park, Port Moresby. The two best teams in the competition, D8 Mosquitoes and Monomotros Brothers, will play for the first place finish, and Transnational meets Koita Cowboys third placing.
The D8 Mosquitoes were on song, putting together an impressive performance over Koita Cowboys to book the first spot in the grand final. They handed the Cowboys the first defeat of the competition with an upset 16-8 victory on Wednesday. The energy and optimism for the final is high in the Mosquitoes camp. Skipper Charlie Jersey boldly says they are ready to give their all in the grand final.
Now we go to final. That's one of the biggest aim that we will showcase ourselves, and all of team dream, but we as a kid in 8 Mile, we dream that one day we will play final, so that's our aim. So now we go to final, so we will maintain our defense and we will maintain our ball endurance and we will win this grand final. I believe that my boys will win it.
Monomotros Brothers, on the other hand, came off with a convincing 28-6 win over disinterested Transnational in the later match. The brothers made a statement win, sending a warning to its opposition that they cannot be taken lightly in the big dance. The extravaganza is already shaping up to be the must-watch match. Two of the most consistent teams, Cowboys and Transnational, will fight for a spot in the finals. They have been the great teams so far in the competition, but only 3 teams from Leg 1 will enter the top 12 playoffs for the KCK Rigo Cup title. Thus, the loser in this game bows out of the competition. Home of Rugby, Bava Park, is set for the big dance tomorrow. The pitch is ready and so are the teams. Some great rugby league actions are expected. 3 of the top teams tomorrow will make the Cup finals. Leg 1 of the KCK Rigo Cup tournament will be completed tomorrow. Leg 2 has already begun. Legs 3 and 4 will be commenced in the meantime. Top 3 teams in each of the 4 legs will be featured in the Cup playoffs. Rex Lita, TVWAN Sports.
Coco Gauff has extended her unblemished start to the season with a straight sets win over Leila Fernandez on Friday to roll into the second week of the Australian Open. The American world number 3 is one of the favourites in the Australian Open.
Coco Gauff and Leila Fernandez only met once previously at the opening of United Cup singles, and Gauff won 6-3, 6-2. The world third-ranking tennis lady held off Fernandez in their second meeting in the Australian Open yesterday. This victory over Fernandez in 3 straight sets means Gauff has endured through 12 straight wins to her name without losing a single game to the opponent. Following her victory over Fernandez, Gauff praised her opponent for the strong game in their second meeting. Gauff said it was harder because Fernandez knew what to expect and played a little bit different than she did the last time at the United Cup. She knew the game was going to be tough, hence she came prepared. Gauff, the 2023 US Open champion, lost to Aryna Sabalenka in the Australian Open semi-final last year, her best Melbourne Park performance to date. She has learned from that experience and is doing things a little bit different this season. The American teen sensation and well third-ranked player has drawn to meet the world #1 and double defending champion at the same stage this year. She faces Belinda Bencic for a place in the quarter-final. Rex Litter, TV1 Sport.
It's a little-known sport in Australia, but para-ice hockey is gaining traction across the world. Despite growing interest in Western Australia, the local team is struggling to secure enough funding to keep up with the demand.
Swapping wheels for sleds. Michael Francis has represented Australia in para-ice hockey, a sport just as physical as its able-bodied counterpart.
The feeling of, I guess, freedom for myself, being able to just glide on that ice and the speed you can go. You know, I can't go that fast in my wheelchair.
He wants others to have the chance to do so.
There's not much around and it's hard to find things for disability, so being able to come out and do this is really good.
WA had 6 athletes compete in the recent World Championships in Thailand, and this coming Try-Day is an effort to grow the sport even more, but it needs more funding to do so.
Ice rinks are $700 an hour. The guys wear around $2,000 worth of protective gear, plus there's the sleds and the sticks, and they come from Canada. They're about $1,500.
WA only has 2 ice rinks. Neither are purpose-built or fit for competition.
Here is, especially during the season, booked out just the whole time from 6 in the morning till 10 at night.
You're natural, mate.
But despite its barriers, players are eager to push the sport forward.
That's all I want, the sport to grow, get to an Olympic level for Australia.
An opportunity for emerging athletes across the country.
That ends the sports segment. We'll now have the weather forecast. Regional forecast. Southern, Port Moresby partly cloudy with chances of showers and possible thunderstorm. Darrow partly cloudy with brief showers. Mumase, Ley mostly cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorm. Wewak partly cloudy with possible brief showers. New Guinea Islands, Rabaul, Kokopo partly cloudy with possible few showers. Lorengau partly cloudy, chances of few showers. Buka partly cloudy with chances of some showers. Highlands, Mount Hagen cloudy with rain showers and possible thunderstorms. All other highland centers cloudy with some rain showers, drizzles and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast. Coral Sea, sea slight to moderate with westerly to northwest winds of 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, sea smooth with northerly winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth with northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight with northeast to easterly winds of 10 to 15 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Islands to Kerma and to Yule Island to Hood Point to Summer Island. Sea 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Summer Island to Cape Vogel and Almelin Bay Islands, and waters of Cape Vogel to Hoon Gulf to Finchafen. Sea 0.5 to 1 meter. And that ends TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by
BSP, our bank, our people.